Basically, this book was a Walt Disney fan fiction about reading it because you don't want FOMO. Like, the FOMO is going to be better than what you put yourself through by reading this. Entirely too long. It was giving AI. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna, and today I am going to do my January and February reading wrap up. I did not read a ton during these 2 months. In January, it felt like a very long month, but I was traveling a lot for work. I was in Hawaii, and also the inauguration happened, and I just was not in the mood to read, and I felt very lazy and just didn't get a lot of reading done in January. February, same kind of goes for that. I was traveling for work. While you're watching this, it is March, and I am into my March books, but I wanted to go ahead and just let you know about the books that I read in January and February. So I got through 7 books total in January and February, and I really enjoyed a majority of them. So let's just get into it. I started off the year with the book Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. This book is about the sole survivor of a last chance, high stakes mission to save Earth. The extreme, desperate pressure of this book is juxtaposed perfectly by the narrator, which is the main character, and he's this like goofy, nerdy, just like goofball. He just like can't help but make you laugh, and it really is nice to be reading that while talking about like the end of the world. I also forgot I have the a physical copy of this book. So I do still feel a bit new to sci-fi. I've only read Dune, and I read the Dark Matter. I read Dark Matter last year, and this book just really confirmed that I do enjoy this genre, and I'm excited to read even more of it. So if you don't know, this book is the same author as The Martian, which is also has a movie, and similarly to The Martian, Project Hail Mary is going to come out as a movie adaptation in 2026, I believe, and it will be starring Ryan Gosling. So that's really exciting. I think he'll do a really good job. And I, again, really recommend this book, especially for like a little bit of a gateway into sci fi. After finishing Project Hail Mary, I started You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hogel. This book, I was reading this book whenever I was like, could not stop playing the Wicked soundtrack, and like the title of the book is You Deserve Each Other, and so I kept having that song playing, like, we deserve each other, but it was You Deserve Each Other, so that kept going through my head. In You Deserve Each Other, main characters Naomi and Nicholas are engaged, but they're mortal enemies. They haven't admitted it to each other, but they both want out of their relationship. They're just not going to be the one to do it, because whoever gets out and wants out is going to have to pay for the non-refundable wedding. So they both start playing like insane mind games and like tricks on each other and pranks to try and get the other one to be the one to call it off. This is definitely the best romance book I've read in a long time. The plot is just so preposterous and unlike anything I've heard about in a romance or read about in a romance book before. I know I've seen like people give reviews about books and say like, this made me laugh out loud. And like, I was like, be for real. Like, a book has never made me laugh out loud before. But this book actually did. Like, this book was actually funny. And this author has a few other books too that I think will probably be good as well. I want to read those because I did enjoy her writing. I really recommend this book if you feel like the tropes and storytelling of romance books just seems like repetitive right now, because this is unlike anything that you're going to read. The writing is really good. The characters are really cute, and it winds up being a really good story. So definitely recommend. So then I started 5 Decembers by James Kestrel. I also have a physical copy of this book. This book is set in Honolulu in the 1940s, and I read this when I was in Hawaii, and it was really cool to be reading a book about Hawaii whenever I was there. So I really enjoyed that aspect of it. It is a World War II book, and it spans over the entire war in Hawaii as well as in Japan. I didn't love this book, and I think that it was because I don't know if it was me or if it's the book, because I read it during the time of the inauguration. I was just in a bad mood, and so I feel like any book I could have read probably was I wasn't gonna like, if that makes sense. And also, I just think that the author did a horrible job at like writing female characters, and that is something that annoys me so badly when a writer can't like a male writer can't write out female characters. It just really bugs me. My boyfriend loved this book, and I posted a TikTok about this book, and someone commented like that it was another guy saying that he loved it and that he understood why like females wouldn't like it because it very much gives like dude fascinated by World War II. So any guys, maybe you'll enjoy this better. But again, I didn't love it. Um, but it was cool to read in Hawaii. I think I gave this like 3 stars, like 2.5 maybe. So after I finished 5 Decembers, I started a book club book, which was The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. To me, basically, this book was a Walt Disney fan fiction, and I hated it. It's about a billionaire family who the granddad dies and leaves the theme park he created in his will to one of his grandsons. The grandson is just like horrible. Like he gives total Elon Musk vibes. This book is a romance. So it's very it has a weird dynamic between a boss and an employee with this horrible power dynamic in between that is just so wrong. Just all around reading the book, I felt icky. Like it just gave me the ick. I rated this 1 star and I don't recommend it. Next, I read Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros, the third book in the Fourth Wing series, and I did not like it. It sucked, in my opinion. I mean, I am not like a huge fan of the other two Fourth Wing books, but this one, like, by far was the worst. Like, I was just reading this one because I was like, I don't want to feel left out. I don't want FOMO. Like, everyone's going to be talking about this. So I'll read it. Like, I wasted my time. This is it. Like, I don't know if I can read whatever comes out. Like, I think there's supposed to be like more. And I can't handle it anymore. It's a waste of time. It was entirely too long. It was giving AI. Like I'm a bit afraid she used AI to do this. That's really all I have to say about it. If you are like reading it right now or thinking about reading it cuz you don't want FOMO, like the FOMO is going to be better than what you put yourself through by reading this, if that helps. After that, I read an amazing book called Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. This is a book about books. So, 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 so good. It's historical fiction, it's a mystery. So how could you not love it? I mean, I loved that. I was super into that. The story follows a young boy named Daniel who finds a book in his father's secret bookstore and just falls in love with this book. And he just wants to read all of this author's books and find any he can get his hands on. But through his like search, he realizes that all of these books by this author have been destroyed, like purposefully. So Daniel's curiosity sets him off on like a quest to figure out what's going on. So while he's on this quest, it opens the door into one of Barcelona's biggest mysteries and murders. I absolutely recommend this book. If that at all sounds interesting to you, definitely recommend it. There's more books in this series too, which if you've read them, please let me know if I should continue on with it because I did love this book. And let me know if the rest of the series is like just as good. Okay. Next, I took a bit of a jump and I read Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. This is the first book in Sarah J. Maas's YA fantasy series, and it's about an assassin who is fighting for her freedom. Everyone promised me I was going to love this. Everyone said on TikTok I was going to love this. Like, why is so many people freaking out about this? It was so boring to me. Like, this series has like 7, 8 possibly more books in it, and I'm just not interested. Like, I don't know why I even like let myself believe those TikToks because like A Court of Thorns and Roses was like fine. You know what I mean? I liked it. I did enjoy it. But I liked it better than this, actually. Like a lot better than this. I've read the first books. Whatever. But like why would I keep going through 7 more books if I didn't enjoy it? Is there any advice on that? Is there any like what's up? Why is everyone going on about this book. I just don't want to waste my time. So let me know. Like, is it me? It's okay if it's me. Maybe it's personal. But I didn't care about the characters that much. So that is it. Those are the books I read in January and February. Just combined it because, again, really slow reading months for me. March is like now halfway through while this is out. So, first of all, late on this. And second of all, already reading better in March. I'm feeling better and just feel like I got my groove back and feeling hopeful. So, March is already a good reading month. I can't wait to tell you guys about the books I'm reading then because I already know some of these are like gonna be all-time favorites. I started the Song of Achilles, and obviously the new Hunger Games book comes out soon. While I'm doing this, it comes out in like 4 days. Can't wait. So the March reading wrap up is going to be banger after banger. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments what you read in January and February. If you want to keep up with my reading, please follow me on Goodreads. I'll link it in the description. You can also follow me on my booktok and Instagram, which I'll also put in the description. And I really hope you'll subscribe and stick around. I'm new to this thing, but I'm having really a lot of fun. And I promise there will be some good stuff coming, and I'm getting the hang of it more, I think. So I hope you've enjoyed. And again, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great day and March just full of good reads, hopefully. Okay. Thank you guys. Bye.